Cry Macho was directed and stars Clint Eastwood and is now in theaters and streaming on HBO Max. This is a movie that I was looking forward to seeing for a few reasons that I'm going to talk about in a second, and it is based on the novel of the same name. In this movie, Mike Milo, a former cowboy played by Eastwood, is tasked with bringing back his friend's son from Mexico back to Texas. He wants him to be away from his mother, and basically he wants to see him again. And on the way back, they meet a lot of other colorful characters, but there's also a lot of other roadblocks along the way, no pun intended, of forces who are trying to get the kid back for reasons that I'm not going to go into because of spoilers. I think there is something remarkable right out the gate about the fact that at 91 years of age, Eastwood doesn't show any signs of slowing down. He's still got it. He's still great as an actor. He's still doing a pretty good job as a director. And Cry Macho is a pretty good display of that. Despite the fact that the movie has issues, which I'll talk more about, the fact that he is still showing the dedication to the craft, the fact that he's still going at this age, kind of inspiring, in fact. And I know there's a lot of opinions about the man that go around, but as a filmmaker, there's no denying that his stamp that he's left on cinema is pretty remarkable. And the same applies to this movie. And he's excellent in the film. He's once again giving it his all, and he carries scenes throughout. He still has a screen presence that is really, really great. It's also a gorgeously shot movie. The cinematography is lush. There are some beautiful wides, some really great scenic moments that really pop off on the screen, and a really great musical score to go along with it as well. There's a couple of moments with characters also that I really like. There's one in particular, they're at a table at lunch or something like that, and it's at a cantina. Beautiful sequence, and it's a very short one though, but it's really, really well done. It was maybe the most heartfelt moment of the film. That being said, I found Cry Macho to be kind of a mixed bag at points, because somewhere along the way I felt like there was a story being told, and there were a lot of little threads that the film was sort of establishing in terms of character development, but I don't feel like it really went anywhere. Despite the fact that the film is about a literal road trip and a journey that is going from point A to point B, the fact that the film doesn't really make much headway in terms of its characters felt like a missed opportunity, because that's really what it's about. The film is trying to give these characters something that will be emotionally resonant to the audiences watching it, and maybe it will work for some. I see audience reactions and critic reactions for this seem to be split down the line, and I completely understand why, because I think certain aspects of it work really, really well in terms of those themes, but there are certain things I feel like they were unfinished and sort of incomplete. And I know some people have already used those words, but I do think so. Because I was watching the film and I kept thinking that there was some other stuff that was in the movie that they either didn't make it, or they didn't film it, or it wasn't just written into the script. It felt somewhat incomplete. There were a lot of aspects to it that were left unanswered. Now I understand the messaging being life goes on, and so there are certain things that there's no point in looking back on certain plot threads, and you got to keep moving, and sure, that's the message. But when the film establishes certain things, and certain things which are important to the characters who are in the movie, I feel like there could have been a little more that could have been expanded upon. I also really like the actor who plays the kid in the movie. He was really great. And his chicken, whose name is Macho, and that's part of what the title is also alluding to, he was really good in it. The chicken was very funny. Yeah. I mean, there's some funny moments with the chicken. Yep. Also, the film sort of drags in the second act, and I mean considerably so, because the film has at one point a pit stop situation where they are in one place for a while and they're trying to figure out what's the next step to get back. And when that happens, the film slows to a crawl. I think the best way to surmise it is I was wondering how long had it been since there was this one scene with a rodeo situation, and then after that I just realized it only been 2 minutes of runtime, and it felt like about 10 minutes of runtime. So yes, there could be moments like that which I think are deliberately paced. Some of them work, some of them don't, but that's kind of why I felt like with the entire film. Some things worked, some things didn't. But again, I find myself at the end of it saying that I respect Eastwood as a director and actor, still being able to do a lot of these things and still being able to bring this much talent and power to the screen. And so there is going to be a lot of interesting reactions, I think, to it. I'm actually interested in hearing what people think because, like I said, there seems to be a split down the line in terms of what critics and audiences are saying about this movie. So, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm going to give Cry Macho a 6.5 out of 10. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the movies.